Welcome everybody to this Hedge the U.S. presidential risk using KLCI futures, brought to you by LifeChamp in collaboration with Phillip Futures. Today we are very excited to have a speaker from Phillip Futures, William, to share with us his perspective on how we can use KLCI futures to hedge these election risks. As you know, in the stock market worldwide, not only Malaysia, the stock market worldwide, not only in America, but in Europe, in Asia are down. So regional markets are down because a lot of investors are taking profit ahead of the US presidential election because they are worried of this volatility that may probably bring adverse impact to their portfolio. So today, we are going to talk about this scenario and how we can protect our risk. Because why? Because if you trade futures, you'll be able to short the market easily. Like in the stock market, where you can't really short it that effectively because IDSS could be a limited right now, and our regulated short selling may not be available to many of us. So, but if you use futures, you'll be able to short your to create a short positions and to make money in a downfall market. Okay, so today our speaker will share with you how he thinks about the US presidential election and how you can use this FKLI to hedge your risk. Right. So before we move on further, I just want to encourage you. Let me just share my screen for a little bit. All right, so I just want to let you know that for those of you who are tuning in right now, especially on Facebook, we have actually prepared prizes again for you to win in this session. So the top 3 sharers will walk away with the Touch and Go e-wallet reload pin worth 50 ringgit. So this prize is jointly sponsored by Phillip Futures and Bursa Malaysia. So now here are the steps on how you can win a Touch and Go e-wallet prize. All right, first step is you need to like Phillip Futures Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook right now, please go to search Phillip Futures to find their Facebook page. Then the second step is you have to share this Facebook live with caption "Trade Bursa FKLI now with Phillip Futures." So that is the caption. If you share this live, but you must set your share as public sharing. If you share it, only you can see or your friends can see, then we may not be able to track. You get what I mean, right? So you have to set your post as public so the organizer can track, who actually shared. And then the top 3 person who share to the most group or to share to the most many times, to share as many times as you can, will walk away with 50 ringgit. All right, the top 3 person who share the most will walk away with 50 ringgit. So remember to set your post as a public profile, as your public post. Okay. So now only these 2 steps. The third step is you're done. So the cutoff time is 9:15 p.m. So hurry up. We'll announce the 3 winners by the end of this session. All right. So before the speakers start to speak, you may share this to your investment groups that you belong to or any relevant group that you join that you feel that they will benefit from this session, which is how to hedge the US presidential election risk using KLCI futures. All right. So without further ado, okay, let me hand over the session to our speaker today. William Lau is the expert in the KLCI futures. He studied in depth about KLCI futures. So you want to get him to speak on how we can use this instrument to hedge the US presidential risk. So William from Phillip Futures, over to you, William.
Okay, thank you, Shane. Thank you for the introduction. So everyone, my name is William from Phillip. So tonight I will be, before I start, just a very quick disclaimer. So whatever that I share tonight is only for knowledge sharing purpose, as it is not really a buy and sell call, okay? So like what Shane mentioned just now, help us to share this and stand a chance to win 50 bucks of Touch and Go e-wallet prizes. So share as much as you can, okay, to all the groups. So just like our Facebook page, Phillip Futures, share, and then with the tag of Trade Bursa FKLI with Phillip Futures. That's it, as simple as that. 3 steps only, okay? Now, move on to the main topics, which is to hedge the US presidential election with the KLCI futures. Now, actually, not just we as a retailers, even the big boys, the big institutionals, they are actually using some sort of, it can be some options, it can be other products that they use to hedge the market. But we as a retailer in Malaysia, what do we trade the most? The most common product that we trade will be stocks market, Bursa Malaysia stocks market. So the most direct and the most efficient product that we can use to hedge our position would definitely be the KLCI index futures. Okay, would definitely be the KLCI index futures. Now, this will be the points that I'm going to go through. But let's start with how to hedge. Okay, but before that, we need to understand a little bit about the US election. I know there are a lot more policies under Biden, under Trump, that is going to be a very lengthy different policies. But for me today, I will just summarize 4 big main points here that I think will be more related to us as a Malaysian trading in Malaysia market, that are more relevant to us. Okay, so why are investors so worried? Because these are all the unknowns. Okay, and these 4 points to me is what going to affect our Malaysia market as well. First thing is the trade war. So trade war is something that has been going on for 2 years, and both Trump and Biden, they are actually having the same view, although they have different policy, different method of political issue, but policy, sorry, not issue. But when they come back to the trade war against China, they actually share the same view. It's just that the only difference here is that Trump probably is more aggressive on China compared to Biden. Okay, Biden is also supporting that all this thing is, we still need to press China to make America big. It's just that his approach may not be so aggressive like Trump. So in view of this, how does FKLI futures comes to play? So if you think that this trade war is not going to solve anytime soon, that means that the China market, the US market is not going to go into like a super duper bullish, just from all these things. So back to KLCI market. What can you do with this KLCI market? You may short the market. If you think this trade war is going to worsen, then you can short the market to protect your own stocks portfolio. Second, tax rate. Okay, this is also one of the things that, although US tax rate is not going to be so relevant to our Malaysia, but indirectly, the tax actually affects the corporate's earnings in the other way around, indirectly. So which actually boosts the US market when Trump decides to lower the tax rate in the US when he became the president of the United States in 2017. That is one of his biggest and his proudest achievement when he is a president. Okay, and because of his policy, US indexes actually went up by 50% since he became the US president until today. US indexes actually went up by 50%. That is really insane. Okay, so if you think that, a lot of people is going to say that, okay, Trump is going to win this round because of his tax policy is going to boost the market. The corporates love it. Okay, Trump is a lot of people actually have this kind of debate on the internet and stuff. But Biden, on the other way around, he is more of a people that he wants to get the money from the rich for the poor. So he tried to increase. He is more on the social welfare kind of people. So he take care of the residents of the US residents better than Trump. But now, how does this affect our Malaysian market? Okay, if you say that Trump is going to win, how will it be for the US on the US indexes and directly affect our market? If you think that Trump wins is going to make the market collapse, probably this is, I'm not sure whether it's going to happen. Nobody can predict the market, of course. I'm not sure whether this is going to cause the market to collapse if he wins, but definitely he has met the US indexes go up by 50%. So do you think that market is going to collapse just because he wins? Or it's because of, actually for the people that is going to vote for Biden, it's not because they love Biden, it's because they don't like Trump policy, you see? So it is actually just supporter of Trump and hater of Trump. It's never really about the supporter of Biden, if you ask me. It's always just, you hate Trump or you don't like Trump. That's it. It's just because of this. So because of this, to me, if you ask me, the volatility is definitely there. Because of what? Unknown. Remember? We go back to the word unknown. So when there is unknown, the market is going to be volatile. It's going to be volatile. But we as a retailer that trades stocks market in Malaysia, how can we safeguard ourselves? Come back to the FKLI market. If we really think that the uncertainty here is going to cause the indexes to collapse first, we can short the FKLI market to safeguard our position first. Because FKLI market, one of the best thing about this product is just that there is a leverage in it. So we do not need to put too much money in it to hedge our position. Okay, now the third one is the stimulus package. This to me is one of the most important drivers in the market actually. So both Biden and Trump, they are actually really supporting the stimulus package that is going to be bigger than the stimulus package in March 2020. So they both want a package that is bigger than that. But the problems here is who can really execute this part well? Who can really execute and make this big stimulus package comes through? Once this stimulus package are approved, okay, I reckon this will be the next driver for the not just in US market, this will directly affect the global sentiment. Okay, so if you think that, okay, I think that this stimulus package is going to approve, what can I do as a retailer back here in Malaysia through the FKLI market? Okay, these are all kind of things that we as a traders, when we are bullish on it, but of course, at the same time, when we are bullish, we need to get ready, both our hands ready. What if things go wrong? Okay, we never get overconfident on our own direction, but ask ourselves, what if my view is wrong? It's always coming back to this question. What if my view is wrong? What do I need to do if my view is wrong? Okay, this is what we come back to the word hedging. Okay, what if my view is wrong? Of course, I'm very positive about this stimulus package. Okay, if this package comes through, okay, market is going to probably have another bull run. But what if it doesn't come through? You see? So this is where hedging comes into play. All right. Now, the fourth point that if you ask me, not policy, I'm not sure whether I think this is one of the big news on the paper nowadays, on the internet as well, which is US government, they are actually trying to go against the US big four technology company, the FANG companies, okay? Especially on the monopoly issue, okay? So this is something that we all need to take note, because this will indirectly, like I said, it's going to indirectly affect our market as well, okay? Actually, if you look at our own stocks market, especially on the technology stocks, the bullish is mainly also partially driven by the bullishness in the Nasdaq stocks, okay? So if Nasdaq is going to, because of this law, US government is going against them, okay? They want to stop this monopoly and stuff and break the companies down into smaller one, okay, to prevent the monopoly issue. Then probably this will affect the Nasdaq indexes and will indirectly also affect our market sentiment at the same time. Although our KLCI do not have technology stocks, but remember, the whole sentiment, it works not just on single industry. It works as a whole. It will affect the sentiment. So remember, we always come back to what can I do if our view is wrong, okay? If US government fail to sue the big four technology stocks, what can we do? You know, it's always coming back to this. This is where to me this is where the real FKLI hedging purposes come in. If I am holding this much stocks, especially on the technologies, on the banking, or your whole portfolio is just you are bullish on the view that be it Biden win, be it Trump win, the market is going to bull, then what can you do to safeguard your view? This is where FKLI, this is what you need to do. What can you do to safeguard your view if you are wrong? Okay, because back to the rock bottom, it is not about whether Trump will win and whether Biden will win that is going to run the market. It is about how well each of them is going to execute their policy, how well they are going to execute their policy. Because different people, they can have different result, okay? So that result is something that we don't know, the unknown, We don't know which of them is going to come up with a biggest stimulus package. We don't know, the unknown. So this is where we need to safeguard, find a way to safeguard our view. And FKLI is a very good product for you to safeguard your view, okay? Now, I'm not sure whether all of you actually know what is futures, okay? But just let me do a very, just spend 30 seconds to explain this for the beginners if you are, okay? So let's just go back to the basic, the word futures contract. So contract, in another words, will be agreement. So agreement, if you have an agreement, like a tenancy agreement, what are the things that usually is available on an agreement? There's definitely expiry date, okay? Expiry date, there is definitely a buyer or seller. So the tenant will be the buyer, the landlord will be the seller, you see? So there is definitely buyer and seller. There is definitely an expiry date. This is an agreement, okay? Now, futures, what does the word futures means? Futures just means anything that is going to happen tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, is considered as a future already. As long as it is not today, it is a futures. So it just means that this agreement, which is happening, it can be expiring in end of the month, end of next month, okay, 3 months later. So between buyer and seller to buy and sell something, okay, that is going to expire 1 or 2 months later. So we are basically trading this particular product. But now we are coming back to FKLI. So FKLI is the product, but there is an agreement to it, okay, which is why we call it a futures contract. Okay, now, now I've finished my hedging part. Just a really quick run through on the introduction to FKLI as well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who have just joined in, please help us to share this live stream, because if you share this live stream, then the top 3 sharers will be giving away a 50 ringgit touch and go e-wallet reload pin to the top 3% who share the most. Okay, remember to set your sharing profile as public and use the caption trade bursa FKLI now with futures. All right. So yeah, so William, just talk about how the US presidential elections, what kind of policies will affect the market, both from Biden and Trump. So can you tell us more about FKLI?
So other than so we know that FKLI can be a good product to safeguard our position in the stock market. Now, what is FKLI? So in the real, I think the best way to compare it, okay, is a lot of people, they know what is unit trust. Unit trust is like a pool of stocks, a basket of stocks. They know what is unit trust, but it's just that in FKLI, it is also a pool of stocks. Okay, they are made up of these the blue chips, the top 30 stocks in Malaysia. They are made up. The only main difference is that in unit trust there is no leverage, but in FKLI it is a leverage product, which is why people tend to see, oh, the volatility is higher. It's because of what? It's because of leverage. But if you want to understand what is FKLI, it's basically a pool of stocks or so, because it's formed by all these things. And what affects the FKLI indexes? First is the corporate earnings result. So if you look at why is our KLCI index so bearish lately? Why is it? It's because of what does our FKLI market make of? Mainly it's making up of the banking stocks and also what? Airport, Genting Malaysia, Genting. These are all the tourism related the banking, which is why the corporate earnings result wasn't amazing. Hence, the bearish KLCI indexes. Okay. Second, the global market sentiment. Okay, so whatever that happens in the US, in the global, in the Asian market, okay, the indexes performance will indirectly affect our Malaysia market as well. So back to the question, we can always have our own view. Okay, we can always have our own view, but we always need to remember we do not have the crystal ball. So no matter how confident you are with a view, we still need a way to safeguard our view. So it can be many methods. Okay, FKLI is one of it. Okay, and the third one will be Malaysia economic data, which is we are talking about like a GDP, the PMI, etc., the economic data. Okay, and the last one will be the geopolitical issue, which is like, for example, why the volatility lately in the US, in the what is that thing called in the US, the Biden and the Trump. Now, if you ask me how does US market perform right now, if you zoom out US indexes and look at it from a bigger picture, okay, actually US market is still in just a consolidation mode. Okay, it's still moving in a sideways. Okay, there is no clear whether it is going to break up or it's going to break down. If you zoom out and look at it on a bigger picture, it's still actually moving sideways. But it can go either way. Okay, it can go either way. So which way it will go, you can have your view, but remember to safeguard your view. Okay. Now, what the fourth one that I want to mention is just the contract specification. So if you are interested to trade FKLI, as long as you have 4,002 margin, you can start trading already. Okay, and if the indexes move 1 point, the value is equivalent, the profit or loss is equivalent to 50 ringgit but it jumps by 0.5 points lah. But 1 point is equivalent to 50 ringgit. All right. So what makes this interesting is that if you have 4,002, you want to trade stocks, I believe it's quite hard for you to do intraday trading. Okay, it's quite hard for you to do intraday trading. But in futures market, due to the leverage, so 1 point equivalent to 50 ringgit. So if you can scalp, say 2 points, 2.5 points, you are actually able to do like a 100 ringgit, 150 ringgits kind of profit a day. We are talking about scalping, which is what makes FKLI such a good trading products. Okay. Now, just move on to the futures market. I believe lots of people, they are actually more familiar with stocks market, but not so familiar with futures market. So I just want to quickly just highlight what are the main differences. So in stocks market, like Shane introduced at the early stage, okay, at the beginning, you can only hold a long position. But in futures market, if your view is bear, okay, later on we can look at the FKLI market. We can just quickly look at FKLI chart, okay. If your view is bear, what can you do? You can short the market and profit from it as well. Now, second, the margin. In stocks market, you pay full margin. In futures, you just need 4,002 to kickstart your trading journey, okay. You just need 4,002 to kickstart, and the volatility is there for you to scalp, say 2 points, 3 points. The opportunities is always there every single days. Okay, but for stocks, I'm not sure whether you are able to scalp 100, 200 bucks every single day, because stocks doesn't give you this kind of volatility. Okay, third will be the expiry date. So stocks, there is no expiry date, but futures, remember just now I mentioned that contract is actually an agreement. So agreement always comes with an expiry date as well. Fourth is the stock selection. For stocks, every day, I look at stocks as well personally, okay. Every day, you need to look at over hundreds of charts, okay. You scan through them to filter out which stocks has the best setup for you to trade. But in futures, you don't need to scan through over 100 charts. You just need to focus on one single chart. If your interest is in FKLI trading, you just need to focus on one single chart, okay? So, which is kind of like, I would say, it saves your time as well. So your focus is just one single chart. You just find opportunity inside, okay? And one of the things that I think that has slight difference between futures and stocks is that even if you are not familiar with futures, but you have understanding on technical analysis or you have deep interest in technical analysis, I think futures market is a very good place for you to kickstart, for you to really learn about technical analysis. It's because of how the market move, the volatilities, for you to be able to identify the buyer and seller in the market that is really separate stocks and futures trading out, because you can really learn your technical analysis. Even if you don't trade, you just monitor, okay? You monitor live chart, okay? At Phillip Futures, we offer free live chart in our Phillip Nova platform, okay? We offer free. You just need to open an account. It's free of charge for you to use it, okay? You can monitor the difference, how the buyers and sellers are like a war, you know, how they, because the volatility, the speed is all faster in futures market. So to me, it's a very good training ground for you to really look into technical analysis, okay, compared to stocks. Because sometimes if you want to monitor stocks on an intraday basis, I find it quite boring also lah. Okay, I find it quite boring, but certain stock, yes, but not every single day that the stocks is going to perform, okay? But futures, if you are beginners, you can really just focus on that single chart, go into smaller time frame and monitor, okay? If you do not want to trade FKLI, you can also trade FCPO too, okay? FCPO is also a very interesting product, okay? If you want to know more about crude palm oil futures, or you may PM us, okay? Remember, you already like us, our Facebook, Phillip Futures, okay? You try to search us, give us a like, and you can PM us for more information lah. We also offer free one-to-one coaching session if you want to know more, okay? Now, why Bursa Malaysia, come back to this topic. Why I think that Bursa Malaysia derivative is actually a really good product at times like this, okay? The volatilities and uncertainties, okay? First, which is what I have shared just now, the very good volatility and opportunity. So volatility is there. It's definitely there every single day, especially the crude palm oil market, okay? For you to scalp that, if your aim is just to do like 100, 200 a day, good volatilities. If you want to hedge, okay, second, profit from both bull and bear market. If your purpose is to hedge, to safeguard, remember, what if your view is wrong, okay? You do not have a crystal ball, so your view can go wrong too. Now, come back to this question. What if your view is wrong, okay? You can use it to hedge your position, to hedge your view. So if your view is bull, you short the market in the futures, you do not need lots of money, then you can hedge your position, you see? You profit from the bear run and you can hold it overnight. Like Shane mentioned earlier, in stocks, yes, a lot of people say you can short, but that is only intraday short selling, meaning you can't hold it more than one single day, okay? So, but in futures, you can hold it as long as you have enough margin, as long as the contract have not expired, you can keep holding it, you see? These are the difference. And the third one will be focused on two charts only. So if you are interested to trade just FKI and FCPO, just really focus on these two products, okay? You do not need to go through like over 100 charts every night just to scan the best setup for you to trade. And the fourth one, the small capital outlay. So this small capital outlay with 4,002, you can hedge your position. And 1 point equivalent to 50 ringgit. So now let's look at it. Recently, I think this week, either yesterday, I think, the indexes, either yesterday or Friday, the indexes, it can drop up to what? 30 points. 30 points is equivalent to how much? 30 times 50, 1,005. We are not asking you to scalp a 1,005, you know. The opportunity that using technical analysis to scalp probably say 2, 3 points, 3, 4 points, 4, 5 points, you know. The opportunity for you to scalp this kind of volatility is there, you see, with 4,002. Okay, and the last one, we know it as diversification. Okay, if you are only a believer of fundamental, I have been there, done that as well. Okay, I start off with stocks fundamental trading as well. Okay, but fundamental trading can be boring and it can't really help you to brush out your technical analysis. So futures market to me is a very good place for you to really brush up your technical analysis, okay? And you can just think of it as like buying an insurance, you see? You can just think of it like buying an insurance. If you have a big portfolio in stocks market, okay, you can just think of it like a what we call it, like a buying an insurance, okay? Now, this is a very quick one on the what I think on the FKLI market right now. If you look at this part here, this is a chart as a closing today, daily chart. If you look at it, the price has actually tells you what. Remember, in futures trading, especially if you are scalping or if you are trading with technical analysis, rule number one, trust the price and do not trust the news, okay? News is something that people want you to see. They write it out for you to read, okay? They only let you read what you need to read, okay? It may not be the real case. It can be a delay news. We don't know, okay? So for me, I always trust the price, okay? Believe in price. No matter how strong or how good the news is, if the price is on the bear side, I won't go and long the market, okay? I don't care about the fundamental. So trust the price, rule number one. Now, rule number two, if you look at this particular chart, you know that the force is now on the bear side already. The switching between the buyer and seller is now on the seller side. You see, after the sell down, the long here, the buyers can just never push it back up for 3 days already, you see. So the force is definitely on the bear side now, okay? So in this kind of scenario, if you are fundamental, let's come back to this fundamental investing. A lot of fundamental investor is now what? Slaving over what kind of companies? Banking, Tenaga, Public Bank, CIMB. But has these companies now shown strength yet? No, it's still in a downtrend. If we are going just purely back to technical analysis, these kind of companies, they are still downtrend. ING. Is ING meaning it's still in process, has not stopped yet. But you see, our FKLI market now post what? If you are slaving over this kind of company, you think that it's a very good buy based on fundamental. At the same time, it's downtrend. What you can do, you can do one contract 4,002 for you to what? Safeguard your position against your fundamental buy. You see, because what? The indexes has shown you bearish signal. So these are how you can use FKLI to hedge against your position if you are a fundamental investor. Okay, so if you look at this one, you see, this is the length. This arrow here, the length is the same as the arrow here. So I won't say that this is going to drop to the same length, okay? I won't say that the length is going to be similar, but it can be a place that we can anticipate, okay? It can be a place that we can anticipate. It may reach, it may not reach, okay? So we always need to like I always mention throughout my whole sharing, what if you are wrong? So we always need to safeguard ourselves. So remember, back to this, what if you are wrong? Cut loss, you see. Although my view is bearish, but what if I am wrong? Cut loss, you see. What if I am wrong? So always come back to this question. It's not actually in trading, it's not about how good you can predict the market. It's about how good you can manage your risk. You can predict the market correctly, probably say 4 out of 5 times. But if that one time that you didn't perform any cut loss or you don't have this what if thing, okay, what if you are wrong, you don't do any risk management, that one single loss can easily wipe off your 4 trades of winning trade. Okay, so it's not about how good you can predict. To me, you can predict it so well, it doesn't mean anything. But if you can manage your risk so well, then that will be your strategy in the long run. Okay, trading is not a marathon. It's not a sprint, you know, like a 100-meter kind of race. It's a marathon, 42 kilometers, 100 kilometers. So you really need to focus on risk management more than how you can predict. Okay, now back to prediction. If you want to look at this chart, prediction. So actually, it's already telling you the force is on the bear side. So what you can do to safeguard yourself is you do not try to enter, somewhere here that is very far away from what if you are wrong. You see, it's very far away from what if you are wrong. So if you want to enter, we definitely need to enter at somewhere that is at what if we are wrong, then we will exit at a very minimal losses. Okay, so that is the to me that is the main, the 精华 of trading, risk management. It's not about predicting the market. Okay, so basically that is I would like to leave more time on Q&A. Okay, not just on technical. If you have any questions, be it technical, be it what is futures you want to know more, be it how will this US affects our Malaysian market, etc. Okay, anything you can ask me. Okay, even on technical analysis about future, about FKLI, about CPO, I would like to leave more time for engagement. Okay, so Shane, if there are any question, but before that, just before the Q&A section, just let all of you know about our live promotion. Okay, our Facebook live promotion. So for those that have interest in futures trading account, don't wait anymore. Okay, because this is a very good opportunity. We are giving out $50 cash reward. Okay, we will give you $50 if you open an account with us through the Facebook Live. Okay, you open an account with us through the Facebook Live, we are giving you $50 as long as you trade a minimum of 5 lots. How much is 5 lots? In and out, one trade is 2 lots. So basically just 2.5 trade within 1 month time. As long as you trade 2.5 trade within 1 month, we'll give you a $50 reward. Okay, so if you are interested to trade, don't wait anymore. Scan this QR code and open an account with us, and we'll give you this promotion cash reward. You can do it through our online account opening. You doesn't need to really be physically at our branch to do it. You can do it online. Okay, I will just leave this page here for those that are interested to scan the QR code. You can scan, and I will pass it back to you, Shane. You may read some questions if there is, or if you have any questions, you can.
Okay, thank you so much, William. So today we are just doing a casual chatting. So it is more like an informal sessions than a proper formal one. So if you have any question you want to ask our speaker, you can also put it in the Q&A in the comments. So we'll be able to address that. In the meantime, just want to remind you again. Just give me a minute. Okay, if you're seeing this. All right, so we are actually doing prize giving for the top 3 sharers who share this Facebook live stream to your friends and family. So the top 3 sharers will walk away with a Touch and Go e-wallet reload pin worth 50 ringgit. So the first step to win is to like Phillip Futures Facebook page. The second step is to share this Facebook live with the caption, "Trade Bursa FKLI now with Phillip Futures." You got to write this caption and set your post as a public post, and then we will be able to pick the winners. So that's all from me. So let me just all right, so let me see if there's any question. Now before we go to the question, so let me ask you, William, so whom do you think will win? Today, now I think they are going to the polling station to vote already. I believe the American have woke up, especially on the eastern coast. They woke up. Yeah, so whom do you think will win?
They are in the midst of, if you ask me, my personal view, I think Trump will win. I think Trump will win. Okay. Although the poll showing that Biden will win, but to me, I think Trump will win. This is just me. Yeah, this is just me.
Okay, I see. So so let us know. Who do you think will win in the comment? If you think Trump will win, you type Trump. If you think Biden will win, you type Biden in the comment. Okay, so we know. Okay, we have some people commenting already. Some say Biden, some say Trump. Okay, so from Nathan, he asked William, are you able to see the? Actually, you can come to the StreamYard.
To read the comment, is it?
Yeah, correct. You can read the comment. For example, Nathan asked, a historian who predicts U.S. election accurately says Biden will win 2020. So how will our Malaysian stock market or Malaysian market react?
Hang on, hang on, Nathan, who predict U.S. election say Biden will win. How will Malaysian market? Okay, back to this question. Like I mentioned earlier, if you ask me for those who vote for Biden, it's not because they really support Biden. It's mainly because they just don't like Trump. So it's just two groups of people. It's either you like Trump or you hate Trump, you see. So people who vote Biden mainly is because, I recognize this personal opinion, because they hate Trump. So if you ask me how will the market react, I would say it's not about who will win. It's about who will really very wellly execute the new stimulus package, the new policy that they for example, trade war, the stimulus package, who will really successfully push it out with a bigger amount. That is what is going to drive the US market moving forward, but not because Biden win, then the market go up, or not because Biden win, but the market drop. If Biden wins, the market drop, but eventually, if he successfully comes out with a really big stimulus package, US market to me is going to go back to another bullish mode. Okay, so it's not about who will win. If you ask me, it doesn't matter who will win. What matters here is how should I put it? It's like who will really successfully execute the things that they promise. That is what matters. Yeah, that is just my opinion
Okay. So from our friend here, Yiwa, who asks, what is the most suitable charting to trade FKLI and FCPO?
May I know your charting? Are you refer to which time frame? Are you refer to which time frame? But if you are asking about time frame, for me personally, I usually always look at the bigger picture first. Okay, I don't do direction that is against the big picture. But if you want to do intraday trading, you definitely need to go down to 15 minutes, 30 minutes for you to do intraday trading. There is no way that you can do intraday trading on a daily chart. Yeah, so if you are talking about intraday trading, the most suitable time frame will be, I reckon 15 minutes, maximum is a half an hour. Yeah. But for me, I don't do direction that is against the big trend.
Okay, yeah. He mentioned that is the time frame and indicators. Okay.
Okay. For indicators, for me personally, I prefer to look at naked chart and maybe just with a bit of help of moving average on a big picture. But I prefer to look at naked chart because to me, why is naked chart to me just to me it's a good method is where I can really see the buyers and sellers inside with a smaller time frame. You can see who is stronger. So for us as a trader, we want to stand at the side of a stronger side. So if sellers are stronger, then we stand with the sellers. Okay, we short with the sellers.
Okay. So we have one question from.
Of course, remember short. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the next question is from Jess Kwang. If I have 100K worth of shares, how many lots of FKLI should I short to hedge my portfolio?
Okay. For this question, let's see. For this question is a very interesting one. If you have 100K of stocks, remember just now I mentioned that one contract of FKLI is only worth 4,002. And 1 point equivalent to how much? 1 point equivalent to 50 ringgit. So if today FKLI indexes drop, let's say 30 points, your profit or losses there will be 1,500 ringgit. Okay, imagine 100K. If you lost 3% of your total value, how much do you lose? 3,000, correct? So if you just hedge with 2 contracts, that basically, to me, if you ask me, is able to easily hedge against your entire portfolio already. It's enough for you to hedge your entire portfolio already.
Okay,
just my opinion.
About 2 contracts enough lah.
Yeah, because if you look at it in a way, if it drops 30 points a day, you lost, let's say, 3% of your entire stock portfolio. It's about 30 points is about 3,000 lah. 15 plus 15. Not sure if I put it this way, is it clear?
Yeah, definitely. So the next question is by Tammy from Facebook. What is your view on the current FCPO? Is it still bullish?
Okay. For CPO market, we must, as a trader, we must not neglect US agricultures. Okay, we must not neglect US agricultures, because US agricultures indirectly, especially soybean, is going to affect our CPO as well. Now, soybean is used to extract soy oil. Okay, soy oil is a direct competitor's product of CPO. Now go back to fundamental first. Okay, go back to fundamental first. So if you think that soybean is really, really strong, if you think that soybean is going to be really, really strong, indirectly, when the raw material price is expensive, there is no way for soy oil to go very, very cheap. So indirectly, CPO is going to be moving in the same direction like the soy oil. Okay, they are always moving at the same direction. It's just that which one is stronger, which one is weaker. That's it. They are always in the same direction. So if you ask me my personal view, like I said, I think that from the price, like I mentioned earlier, if you join this from the very beginning, I'm a believer of price. Okay, I don't care the news too much because I'm trading the products based on the price. So if I look at the price is very strong, it's always the buyer side, I would say that the market is going to be strong. So if you ask me about the opinion of US agriculture, I think they are still relatively strong. Okay, there is no weakness, no trend reversal yet. So for that, I will remain bullish still in the CPO market. Yeah, but of course, remember, although I remain bullish, it doesn't mean that you can try to long at a very high price. Always try to long at a price that if you think you are wrong, you can exit at minimal losses and then try to re-enter. Yeah, so conclusion, I'm bullish on CPO market.
Okay. So the next one is from our YouTube friend here, Su Chai. What are the time frames of futures 1, 2, 3, and 6 months? There's his question on YouTube.
Okay. I suppose what he means here, the time frame of futures is the expiry date. Okay, expiry date. Now let's just talk about FKLI. So the contracts available to trade on FKLI will be current month, which is this month, November. Next month will be December. So if you trade November contract, your contract expired this month. So end of the last business day of November, your contract expired. If you trade December contract, your contract expired at the end of December. So remember, FKLI, there is only 4 contracts every time. Current month, next month, the next 2 quarter month. So November, December, March. So for March contract, you can hold until March, and the next one will be June. So for June contract, you can hold until June. Is this clear, Shane? Is it clear to you?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see the next question from Sunny Boyer.
Mm.
So I think you mentioned that 4002 is one contract for margin. So what happened to the 4002 if the future expired?
Okay, so the margin to hold, that is the margin for you to hold one contract of FKLI. So if your margin go below 4002, okay, we call it deficit already. Okay, so if it goes below 4002, next day we will give you a call to let you know that if you want to continue to hold, you need to top up your account up to 4002. So the key rules here is as long as you want to hold your contract, your account always need to have 4000. Yeah.
Okay,
Does that answer your question? Yeah.
so if Sunny's question is answered, so let us know yes. Okay, just give me a minute. If US soybean is bullish, we can assume roughly the same for FCPO. That's from Norman Zainal.
Yeah, I am a believer of that. Yes. If you look at the price action of US soybean, to me, every reversal is actually like building up for a bigger bounce upward. So every correction, the stronger the correction, as long as the main structure, the main structure, the uptrend structure
Excuse me.
doesn't break, actually it is preparing for a bigger uptrend. So if you ask me, yes, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see the next question, which is interesting, okay? From Mahavir, which broker firm offer KLCI futures?
Phillip Futures. Yeah, I think, yeah, if you want to trade KLCI futures, yeah, do we have a account opening form, or you can PM us, try to search us at Phillip Futures Sdn Bhd, send us a message, we can let you know more about it. If you want one-to-one coaching, yeah, we do offer it for free. Yeah, we covered from how to use our platforms, okay? We can guide you through our platforms on technical analysis and also on products. You want to know more about products, how it works.
Okay, yeah. So if I am not mistaken, Phillip Futures is the only broker that can do online account opening. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes. At the moment, yes, we are the only broker house that can do online account opening. So you can do it at the comfort of your own house, at your couch, drinking your cola or coffee.
Yeah. So because considering the impact of the pandemic, is better that we stay at home, work from home.
Yes.
So you can still open an account with Phillip Futures even if you work from home. Yeah. So the next question is from Karen from Facebook. I've attended several future courses but still lost a lot in FCPO. I hope you can give me some advice to improve in trading. So what advice you can give to Karen?
Okay, for CPO, I'm not sure whether you hold overnight position, because for CPO, due to the trading time, CPO is only open for 5 hours, 5.5 hours, and were greatly affected by global agriculture's products. Okay, like I said, soybean and soy oil will be affected by them, and also the Dalian soy oil, Dalian palm oil. So due to the opening hours, CPO tend to do gapping. Okay, but of course, gap come with big risk and also big reward. If it gaps on with your direction, then of course you make big bucks lah. But if it against you, of course you lose a lot of money. So the trick here is, if you do not have that kind of risk appetite to do big, to have big risk or to have big stop loss, usually I won't really that recommend to hold overnight FCPO unless you already have a big chunk of profit in your pocket. Then you may try to hold it overnight to see if you can use your big chunk of profit to make even bigger chunk of profit. Or else, if you do not have much profit yet, I usually won't recommend for you to hold overnight on FCPO. Yeah, but if you really want to know about like you can PM us. We can try to we can guide you through lah. Yeah, but if you ask me, depends whether you are using naked chart or if you are using indicators. For me, I look at naked chart. So if go back to the most basic support and resistance and the structure, whether is it uptrend or downtrend, don't do direction that is against it. Don't do direction that is against it. Even if you are doing the right direction, try not to chase high as well. Because if you are entering at a place that you know is already at a ceiling, then basically you need to either it needs to knock over, but you basically cut loss lah. If it doesn't knock over, then you cut loss off. You know what I'm trying to say. So try to do it at a place that you think is a support, but the structure must not break. Okay, I'm not sure if you can, or we can. I think the best way is still do back testing. That is also one of the methods to do back testing. So if you see, like I said, you can look at live chart. Our Phillip Nova, we offer you live chart. You can try to monitor first. You monitor first, you do some back testing. If you think that the place that you enter doesn't work, why? Try to identify out why. So that why is probably going to help you to improve that, if you ask me. Try not to just ignore it. Every trade, you lose money, break. Try to understand why, what is the foresight lah. If you don't have a friend or anything that you can communicate with your dealer. Yeah. We are always more than happy to give you some advice or our opinion lah.
Okay, thank you, William. So the next question is from YouTube, from our friend
Sharia
here.
compliance. Yes, FCPO is Sharia compliance. CPO is Sharia compliance. FKLI, no. Yeah, so we have a lot of Muslim friends are trading FCPO.
So FKLI is not because there are some non-Sharia compliant stock, so that's why FKLI is not Sharia compliant.
By the way, I see a very interesting a question. I guess Qinghua is not sure whether is he our client, because he seems like he used our Phillip Nova mobile before. Okay, he's asking whether we can only see 1 month chart. No, we actually improve it. We are always improving our Phillip Nova. We actually incorporate active month chart into not active month, what do we call it? The CC chart, the continuous chart. We actually incorporate continuous chart into our Phillip Nova nowadays. Yeah. So it's not just 1 month chart. You can see CC chart already. Yeah, we have just enhanced it recently.
Okay. So from Cheng Jun, the next question is, what's the minimum requirement to open the future account?
No requirement. We just need you to find in a minimum of 1,000 to activate your account. That's it. The only requirement is to find in a minimum of 1,000 to open your account. Even if you are students, you can still open an account. Yeah.
Okay. So the next question from YouTube, from Su Chai, how to place a contract to buy? Is it the same like stock?
I would say, I think for stocks trading, I'm not sure whether all the broker house are the same, but I believe a lot of broker, the platforms they offer do not offer a stop order. Stop order meaning they allows you to place a stop loss. I believe a lot of broker house, they actually don't allow you to place a stop loss, right, Shane? I think so. If you are trading stocks in Malaysia, I'm talking about Malaysia market. But for futures, actually, it allows you to place a stop loss. So yes, it is more or less the same like stocks trading. So you place, after you enter, you can place a take profit point, you can place a stop loss point. Yeah, so it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar.
In futures market, the type of orders are a bit more. So, this
a bit more, but it's more or less the same. I would say it's more or less the same, where you can put your stop loss and you can put your take profit point.
Okay, so let's do the next question, which is from Ghana. What is the trading validity and types for spot contracts? Is it only for intraday or can hold overnight by long or short? It's from YouTube.
You can hold overnight. So futures, good about futures is that if you want to short the market and you want to hold it overnight, yes, you can do so. You can hold it until the contract expired, be it you are holding long position, be it you are holding short position. You can hold it as long as you want to, as long as the contract doesn't expire, have not expired, and as long as you have the sufficient margin. Take FKLI as an example. So 4,002 is the margin. As long as you have that 4,002, you can just keep holding it until the contract expired.
Okay. Let me see. The next question is from Ban One. I don't have experience in future. With your guidance, is it possible to overcome the risk?
For people that don't have experience in futures, no big deal. But you need to have experience or have some basic understanding about technical analysis. Okay, you can't just trade futures without knowing technical analysis. Okay, so if you ask me, if you don't know what is futures, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. We can guide you on what is actually a futures. Even if you are trading stocks today, I believe you are also using technical analysis to trade. Okay, it's quite hard for you to trade with fundamental. Those are called investing. It's not trading already. Those are called So if you ask me, it's not a big deal if you don't have experience in futures. You can still trade it. You can still overcome the risk if you have a proper understanding of technical analysis.
Okay. So if any more question to ask our speaker, you can put it in your Q&A box.
Just let me answer one last questions about the one from YouTube, Mahavir, is it?
Okay, yeah.
Hope I pronounced your name correctly. Okay, he mentioned that futures are actually better than Malaysia stocks. It's just that it is more risky. All right, now back to Malaysia stocks. If you think that Malaysia stocks is less risky, probably depends on what kind of stocks you are referring to. There are lots of Malaysia stocks gap up or gap down, or go up or go down by more than 10% every single day. The only reason why you think that stocks are less volatile is due to the leverage. Actually, it's due to the leverage. If you look at KLCI index, how many percent? Let's go back to the percentage. How many percent do you think it will move every day? 2 to 3% maximum on a normal days. That is the maximum 2 to 3%. But stocks can easily go up more than 3%. So if you look at that volatility, actually stocks has higher volatility. It's just that because stocks do not have leverage. Stocks doesn't have leverage at all. But futures, yes. That is why what makes it an interesting or good product for trading is because of the leverage. So leverage always comes with higher risk, like what he mentioned, riskier. So remember, we always need to enter at a place that if we are wrong, we can just exceed with the losses that we can bear. No losses. The losses that won't.
Okay. Let's do the next question. From Wen Jian. Can you answer that? Is there any difference between Phillip Futures Singapore and Phillip Futures Malaysia?
I guess yes. If you open an account under Phillip Futures Singapore, your money need to go out of Malaysia. Yeah, I think it's more troublesome for you to transfer money out of Malaysia. Okay, we are subsidiaries of our mother company in Singapore, Phillip Futures Singapore. Okay, Phillip Capital in Singapore. That is our mother company. So basically, if you open an account with us in Malaysia, actually it's still under our parent company, is still under the Singapore side. It's just that the only difference is just that your money stays in Malaysia, doesn't need to go out of Malaysia. Yeah.
Okay, so the follow-up question is,
are the same.
So the question is, if I'm Malaysian but currently working in Singapore, which should I choose?
If you are Malaysian, if you ask me, go back to whether do you need to go to the branch that often. If you do not need to go to the branch that often, you can either open in Malaysia or Singapore. It's up to you, because unless you need to go to the branch, say once a week or once a month, then probably it's more convenient for you to do it in Singapore lah.
Okay. So the next question is from Wan Long. Is Phillip Futures have trading in Dow Jones futures?
Yeah, we do offer overseas product. Yeah, we do offer overseas product. So Dow Jones, yes, we do offer it.
Okay, how about these questions? How to open Phillip Forex Singapore? From Muhammad
That one, I
Daniel.
guess it's better if you just PM us lah. You private message us about that question. Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah, I think we don't discuss forex today. Yeah.
Okay. Don't private message me. Okay. Private message William or
Phillip
private
Futures. You
message
try to
Phillip.
search us at Phillip Futures Sdn Bhd and try to PM us. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that if you haven't liked their Facebook page, then you can also like. Okay. Is there any day in a week better to stop trading because of market volatility of any palm oil announcement by Karen?
For this one, if you ask me about this palm oil announcement, I think yes, it does affect. If you go to try to like us on the what is that? We do have a Telegram page. Try to search us at Telegram, Phillip Futures Sdn Bhd. We always post the latest statistic about the palm oil on our Telegram. Okay, try to follow us, and we will always post it. But if you ask me, yes, it does affect lah. But back to the question that I have been keep stressing on: do you trade with fundamental or do you trade with technical? If you are trading with technical, I will try to ignore the fundamental. So if I think the price is showing bearish side, I will just focus on short. So if I'm wrong, I just cut. It doesn't matter, because I have already put a proper stop loss and stuff.
Okay. So the next question is from Wen Jin again. So in between the Malaysian and the Singapore Phillip Futures, are the brokerage fees the same?
I'm not very sure how much does Singapore offer, but you can try to check with you PM us, we can let you know our brokerage lah. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's about time. So
Okay.
for the rest that are interested back to this, for those that are interested to open an account, try to PM us. We are going to give you 50 bucks of cash rebate if you trade a minimum of 5 lots. So 5 lots is just 2.5 trades per month, which is not a lot. You get to have live chart inside for you to use. Okay, it's live, it's free. So yeah, there's no reason for you not be able to learn about this, because yeah, live chart even on stocks, usually if you are not aware, you need to pay for a live chart. Basically all the live chart you need to pay for it, but we are giving it out for free. Account opening is free also. Yeah.
Okay. So let me sum up the session before I announce the winners of this Facebook live stream and the YouTube live stream. Is that you see the U.S. presidential election is happening right now as of speaking. I guess the people living on the East Coast have already woke up and gone to the polling stations, and then so we will have extreme volatility in tomorrow, especially tomorrow, and also possibly in the weeks to come, because even when there's if there's no landslide victory by either candidate, I think that the result may be contested, where there will be recount happening, or or the result may be challenged in the Supreme Court, where the Republican have judicial majority. So if this happen, if the uncertain outcome happens, or contested outcome happens, so volatility will be here to stay. So if you want to hedge your portfolio risk, so one of the easy ways is go through futures, okay, which is FKLI, where you need to see how big is a portfolio, then to weigh how many contracts you need to short, so that you can so if your stop portfolio tank, then your profit, because you're shorting the futures market, your profit from the futures will offset the losses that experienced in your stock portfolio, and with the gains that you have in the futures account, so when you can even use this gain to buy stock on the chips, so and wait for the rebound. So this will be good for your average down. So that's why I think it would be good that we learn how we can short the market using futures contract. And today we have one of the brokers here will be here today to help you to open account, and they are the only one broker that can do online account opening. So if you have any interest, you can contact Phillip Futures and open the futures trading account. And so that concludes the session. So let me show you my screen because I already got some winners. All right. So just give me a minute. Are you seeing my screen right now? I believe yes, right, William?
Yes, I am.
All right. So the three winners for tonight's our live stream is Chi Long Lim, Chen Jun, and Lo Shu Feng. All right. So for three of you who actually are the winners for tonight's session, please private message me. Private message me, which is Shane Choo, at to tell me your contact details, your full name, your contact detail, and your email address, and we will send it to our sponsor, which is Phillip Futures, to give you the price. Okay, so remember to drop me a message, private message me to tell me your full name, your contact details, and your email address, your phone number and your email address, and we will forward the names to the sponsor, which is Phillip Futures, together with Bursa Malaysia, to give you the price. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you, William, for sharing your insight with us this evening on how we can hedge the U.S. presidential risk using KLCI futures. So with that, so may all of you have a pleasant rest of the day, and may the
Just one more thing to let all of you know lah. Just one more thing that I remember. If you are already our client, we also have a program right now, a campaign lah. Actually, not a program, a campaign, which is refer a friend. So if you are already our client, you refer a friend to open account, we will give you some cash reward also lah. It's just for a limited amount of time, but you must be our client. That's the requirement. Yeah, so if you have friends and stuff, you can open an account and then refer your friends, then you will get some reward lah. Yeah. Talk to us about the campaign, okay, just to let all of you know. But if you want to know the details, the terms and conditions, you may either find it on our website, Phillip Futures, or you can PM us to find out more. Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Yeah. If you like what we do today, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Facebook. All right. So as we aim to bring you more Facebook Live or content or webinars to enrich you in your investing journey. With that, bye bye everybody. This is Shane Choo signing off.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Thanks, William.